Hey everybody, it's Dr. Miller again. Welcome back from break. I hope that you were all able to get caught up on any areas where you were behind. I am here to introduce an enjoyable assignment to help get everyone back on track. Um, it is our past and present essay. This week we are doing a short past and present, I guess, lead in assignment that will help get you warmed up and used to that kind of conversation. We are finishing The Woman of Color, a Tale this week. I hope you're enjoying learning about Olivia Fairfield and her adventures and the way we encounter British society very differently in that novel. And women's options seem very different when the woman in question is both upper class and biracial. It's a very challenging environment to be in. And I think it reveals a lot about some of the limitations of British culture at that time. As you know, since we've just come off watching Bridgerton, I think those issues and those questions are very much in everybody's mind. To what extent can racial equality be, even contemplated when structures are so intensely set against it? Um, and The other assigned work for this week is the film Belle, which tells the story, as I mentioned in the last video, of Dido Belle Murray and her experiences being a biracial young woman in a predominantly white family, and learning how to occupy this sort of liminal space where, her social class is very high, but she's circulating in an environment that is very racist. So what we are going to do this week is to look at some of the loose ends from The Woman of Color and see what kind of a job the film Belle does picking them up and working with them. So now that you've finished reading The Woman of Color, watch Belle. The heroine of Belle's true life story may have inspired the novel's narrative. There were not that many glamorously wealthy biracial heiresses in the British Isles at this time. There wasn't just one, but I mean, anyone people knew about certainly would have inspired this story, although it is possible it was written by a biracial woman. Sometimes the works we read have these loose ends, especially when they bring up issues that in the 18th century or 19th century that didn't have easy answers. We see this today with the kinds of entertainment that we look at. And so this assignment will look at how the 21st century is in dialogue with the past. And that's what our next writing assignment will be, which our next video will introduce. Our central question, of course, is what does this text leave unresolved or unfinished? And how does Belle address these issues? You may wish to focus on women's agency, women's desire. Olivia's desire doesn't seem to be compatible with the narrative of The Woman of Color. And to what extent is Dido Belle's desire? I know there was a Dido in The Woman of Color. This is just another woman who's named for Dido, Queen of Carthage. So you can focus on any kind of topic, representations of race, other topics that interest you. Does The Woman of Color sidestep a lot of problematic racial conversations or objectification that Belle is willing to go into? How does the more current text venture into more difficult territory and come out the other end? So please post your commentary on Slack. I'm going to do a section on there for you to follow. I'm not going to mandate comment on this number of posts because I know you're very busy, but do try to support one another, read, take interest, let it energize you. My deadline for this week's assignment would be the beginning of the following week. So that would be Monday, April 5th. If you are struggling with dates and deadlines, reach out and let me know. Thank you.